Hey everybody, this is Come&PartywithNick, now here for the 5th summon of my Belated Bridge special for Dominic, and this time we're going to be doing the final multiplayer summon of the special more than likely, which is going to be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I of course have Dominic himself here, along with Daniel, who are in this match right now.
Yeah, hello everybody.
Hello everyone.
I've also, of course, got Armand with me.
Hey.
And I got my IRL friend Grant, who has definitely been doing a great job, actually, helping me out with the special as well. So, come on in as always, Grant.
Yeah, hello. I am ready to play some Smash Brothers.
Yep. So yeah, let's have some fun.
Now, while we are just getting started with this segment, I want to apologize to everybody out there. If any of you saw the Sonic Racing Crossroad segment that happened not too long ago, I unfortunately lost internet when that was going on right here. And apparently what happened was that there was a switch on my circuit breaker that tripped, which happened, and all because of that, my internet was not able to come back on right here until after that recording was done.
Yeah, that is definitely unfortunate. I hate when that kind of thing happens. I kind of figured something. Yeah. I kind of figured something happened with your internet, considering the fact that you pretty much did just abruptly, you know, drop out of the game in the call. But that is still unfortunate.
Well, basically, ever since that happened, it seems that VideoGameFan96's internet seems to give out a lot. You know, that's just what I've been noticing.
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen today, although I will say that later that same night, the same night I actually recorded that video, I was actually recording another video, which, you know, obviously I don't want to get too much into because this video will probably come out before that one, but I will say that for whatever reason, I was having some severe internet issues with Parsec, so, you know, hopefully that won't become a trend with me either, but we'll see.
Restock.
Wow, restock.
Well, anyway, GG.
Well, and GG's other thing, yeah, I noticed that during that match, there was, you know, some input delay, or at least from my perspective, so
well, I mean,
hopefully that issue can fix itself.
It's Smash Online, there's always going to be input delay.
Right. Well, I know that, but what I mean to say is if I felt like there was more input delay than usual, but that's
why that happens. I'm gonna not spectate this one because spectating adds input delay, for what I know. So just keep that in mind as we go along. Also,
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly didn't know that either. But that's good to know.
Yeah.
So I apologize again if any of you were wondering what happened with me in the Sonic Racing Crossroads segment from earlier. It just wasn't my fault right here. It was just an issue that I had with my internet, like I was explaining.
You're totally fine, Daniel. What happens?
Stuff happens.
Yeah, you're all good, Daniel. You know, we all have stuff like that happen. There's not really any need to apologize. Like I said, it was not your fault at all. Unfortunately, we all have internet issues sometimes.
Yeah, it's just something that is out of our control.
And plus, I didn't even think it was going to be from my from one of my switches from the circuit breaker that tripped right here. I didn't even know about it at first when it initially happened, but my dad actually was the one that figured out the problem.
Well, at least on the bright side, though, at least I did manage to mock Sonic like quite a bit of a while ago, and it's in that Sonic's my all-time man, along with, you know, Mega Man and stuff like that. You know, like I can say that, but unfortunately for me, I still have yet to unlock Mega Man. Hopefully, I can unlock him soon. But you know, oh wow, I'm surprised that did not hit.
Yeah,
I think it's nice that Dominic is working hard right here to try to get some of the base fighters unlocked as soon as possible on his Switch 2 account, because I know some of these characters in the game really do mean a lot to him.
And that's kind of why I wish it was like a cheat code or something, to where you can unlock all the characters from the get-go, like Mario Golf 64 as one of them.
Oh, for sure.
That would be nice. Yeah, but I've been rocking the same files since like 2018 because cloud saving and all that. So I've been lucky that I've not lost anything ever.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Dominic's definitely got this one, but at least I took away a stock from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes, especially when you play skill-based stuff.
Yes, it's definitely good effort.
I remember, when I was
damn,
like,
GG.
when...
Yeah, GG.
Actually, I'll tell the story later because I'm thinking about to be up.
Yeah, because I think it's Grant and Armand, but yeah, I mean Grant I could probably be, but Armand I definitely would agree with Nick that it is less likely, because Armand is really good when it comes to these kinds of games, like what he brought up earlier on Sonic Racing Cross World, so that's to be expected.
We shall see.
Yeah, we gotta keep that in mind, input delay.
Yeah, as always, when it comes to playing online, we always can't expect everything to be perfect.
Yep.
$50 a year, folks.
I know.
And I'm gonna
Also,
keep on saying it until and I'm gonna keep saying that until Nintendo gets the memo.
Yeah, all because we have to pay for this service right here, for what we're doing now. We all expect quality.
And that's why I've been complaining about the online service, like even back before the expansion pack even got announced, because sure, $20 a year isn't much, but you know, like I said, when you are paying for something, well, like what VideoGameFan96 was saying, you know, when you're paying for something, you are expecting quality to go with it. You know, that's what you expect, you know, because if you're paying for something, you get then like I said, you expect quality. That's why I didn't really complain too much on the Wii U, DS, and DSi, and 3DS and stuff of their online services, because at least those services at least had the excuse that they were free.
Yeah, I've talked about this before, so you know, obviously I don't really want to get into it too much here again, but Nintendo's online service really is just trash. It really is.
Yeah, sure, it's not really the best right here for how it is. At least we do have some useful features right here that do make it worth it right here for the money that we do pay for. But I know some people still wish that we wouldn't have to pay for that, like how it was in the past.
For sure.
Okay, I don't know how that worked, but okay. Okay, how did I take the wrong direction? Nintendo 64. Well, it was.
Well, glad you at least pointed it out. Yeah, Grant's putting up a pretty good fight, but I still think Dominic probably has this.
Unless drastic changes happen. like the Smash Ball, for example. So anything can change, like what Crom says.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Wait. Okay, good thing I didn't say the full
Final
quote.
Smash kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. It can be good when it hits, but when it doesn't hit, it's kind of useless.
It's kind of why it's basically why is Brawl Sonic Final Smash and Smash 4's Sonic of Final Smash is better because at least you can control it.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like it depends. Like, I feel like it depends on how well that you're trying to use it.
Oh, GG!
Dang.
Oh wow, it's GG's.
Well, GG's, buddy. Yeah, I'm ready for Armon to kick the butt. I'll be really surprised if I do manage to beat Armon, but I guess we'll see.
I had mentioned seeing
Have faith, Dominic.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm very interested. Oh, have fun later.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can beat you because I'm a little rusty.
Well, we'll see.
I would say.
Well, we'll see, Armon. We'll see, because a lot of the times, especially your Zelda, Zelda's really good. So we'll see.
All right, but what were you gonna say, Daniel? Sorry.
All I was gonna say is that between how the Final Smash for Sonic controls in Brawl and Smash 4 and with the Ultimate, and both of those different ways I do say are nice and all, but yeah, I will admit right here that for how it was previously in Brawl and Smash 4, it might be better right here, simply because of what Dominic was saying, that you can actually control it right here. It's for how it is in Ultimate, but the only problem with that is if somebody's using a character that has a great recovery, it can be a simple way for them to dodge it up above.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely agree with that.
I still say that Sonic Final Smash is pretty garbage in Ultimate. It's extremely garbage. It barely does damage, and when it does do damage, it's only really useful like in the air.
And even then, if you ever cover like K. Rool, you can just up B to avoid it altogether. That's my counterplay.
I would say, however, that it's not the worst Final Smash on this game.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the worst, but I wouldn't call like maybe the worst. I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't.
Actually, I guess in a way, I guess it is kind of true. I was hard to say Rosalina's Final Smash is.
Yeah, it's true. Rosa's Final Smash is way worse. Just a star that you can easily avoid.
Okay, I know they don't update this game anymore, but Zelda's Final Smash is OP. Please nerf.
Yeah, that's so broken. It's so broken.
Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
I can agree with that.
That Sonic can't outrun it.
I honestly don't know what my favorite and least favorite Final Smashes are. I like most of them, to be honest.
Well, at least I can say I got one stock away from Armon, so I'm not too worried or anything. But you know, still.
Yeah, I mean, you still have a chance.
I'm into a lot of Final Smashes from what I've experienced on the game. Quite a bit of them can really be nice to use, but I don't know what my personal favorite would be.
Okay, well, that plan outright backfired. Oh, no! Okay.
I don't even know what happened there. That was kind of bullshit.
That was my fault. I did that, right? Sonic was clearly close to the ledge, and Sonic did not grab it, even though he was literally right there.
Yeah, that is an extremely tough luck there, Dominic. I do agree that you could have grabbed onto the edge of that platform when you're right near it.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Well, I mean, well, to be fair, I still think Armon still would have won either way, but you know, still GG's all the same.
GG's.
All right, I'll go ahead and go again with Luigi here, and then I'll change my character for the next match.
Okay, we're all ready.
And then watch. The rest of the video is just Armand winning the rest of these matches.
We'll see.
I mean,
You know what's gonna happen. Anyways, let's do this, Armand.
here's the thing. If it comes to the point, if I keep if that happens, I'll just go at the end of the line. That way, it'll be fair.
That's basically what I've been doing. When it comes to these kinds of videos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, no offense to Daniel or anything, but I mean, considering that I usually do win against him a lot of the time when I play this game, I think his chances of winning are somewhat slim. But hey, you never know; he could win.
They're looking too hot.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but definitely given Armand's skill plus the way that this match started, I wouldn't exactly have a lot of faith in that.
I saw that Armand reflected by Hadouken.
Hadouken!
That's because Zelda's B neutral reflects projectile attacks. Kind of like with Joker's counter when Arsene is out.
Yeah, I know. It's just that simple to see what happens with that.
Yeah, I agree. Zelda's final smash is definitely OP.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean, like seriously, like I said, Sonic can't outrun it. Yeah, you know someone's someone's final smash is OP if it goes almost across the entire screen. You could granted, you could argue Mars and Lucina's final smashes are overpowered because they literally take you down all one hit. At least with those final smashes, you actually have to aim right, and in order to get the attack in. So at least doesn't Lucina have that excuse? So Zelda, nope. You can aim almost anywhere, and 9 times out of 10, it will still get you. The only way it would probably miss is if Zelda's final smash ends up using it across the ledge, and you're way behind it or whatever. That's the only other way you would probably dodge it. That's why I said when I'm saying Zelda's final smash is pretty overpowered, and that's kind of why it's. That's kind of why. Well, yeah, GG's. Even though, still saying GG's to you guys on the match, but
yeah, GG.
That's why if they were to do a Smash 6, I kind of hope that they change up Zelda's final smash, or if they're not gonna change it in terms of what it does wise, the least they could do is at least lower the range at least, so that way Zelda's final smash isn't that overpowered.
Yeah, I probably agree, but still overall, it's not like it's impossible to to dodge it. I think I actually have done it a couple times, but yeah, it definitely can't be broken. Anyway, let's see if I can do this. Well, that's not a good start for me.
Right as you said, let's see if you can do this, you just immediately lost your first life.
Yeah, maybe that was the first warning sign.
Well, and believe me, even back in Smash 4 day, Zelda, well, not Final Smash wise, but Zelda, even in Smash 4 was actually pretty good. In Smash 4, and the reason why I'm saying that is because there was this one person called Nick's Universe, but the E was missing in the username, and yeah, he or she, or I'm just gonna say they mained Zelda, and when I was going against that particular person's Zelda was really good. I'll go as far to say it's just as good as Armand's Zelda. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Yeah, even back in Smash 4, she was pretty good. Well, Brawl, but yeah, she's definitely good here. Like I don't know what Zelda has for her tier list, but I'm gonna assume
I'm done for. GG.
I'm gonna assume that Zelda's tier list. I'm assuming that Zelda tier list is probably in the B or the A tier because I think Sonic is around the A tier as well in Ultimate.
All right, I'm gonna change my character now. Let me see who how we can actually pick here.
Yeah, so first off, GG. Second off, do not press start, or at least not until Nick goes back to the waiting area. Otherwise, the video isn't gonna show the fight.
All right, you know what? I'll go with Roy. Actually, Roy can be really good.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's funny how Nick brings him up because I think I unlocked Roy sometime last night.
Oh, I see that Grant's trying to avenge me here. Come on, Grant.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh, so we're raising hand.
Oh yeah, you know that reminds me. Basically for every 3 A ranks, it's not facing Crossworlds. Unlock some new songs for certain album, and basically my next A rank unlocks actually some songs in Sonic Secret Rings. I don't know what song specifically, but that's what I have next for the A ranks of unlocking songs, time trials.
Honestly, Seven Rings in Hand is like really the only Sonic and the Secret Rings song that I like actually remember. Maybe it's probably because I hate that game so much, but that's really the only song in the game that sticks out to me.
Well, see, I don't really blame you on that one though, Nick, because that song plays pretty much everywhere. So it's kind of hard to get out of your.
Personally think Sonic and the Secret Rings it's a pretty nice Sonic game from what I have played out of that. Besides Seven Rings in Hand being a good song, there are also some other ones I am into, like Let the Speed Mend It. That is very, very nice. And also, I don't know what the name of the song is as well that I am into, but it's the one that goes, "It's gonna rock the place."
well, yes, Sonic Secret Rings. I do like the game. I do like it, but I probably would like Sonic and the Secret Rings more if the controls actually functioned.
Yeah, that's basically the same for me. That game just has broken controls. I don't know, maybe it's not as bad as Sonic 06, maybe to play both of them again, but just in my memory, I remember there was a time when I hated that game even more than I hated Sonic 06.
Well, see, at least as bad as Sonic 06 is, at least the controls actually work. I mean, granted, you could argue that the game is glitchy to all hell and stuff, but at least in Sonic 06, the controls actually worked.
Personally think that the controls in Sonic and the Secret Rings work pretty decently for me. I didn't have too much problems with them. Basically, I understand that it can be annoying for some people out there, but for how I remember the controls for how they work, they didn't cause me too much problems.
That's good.
Well, see, the reason why I'm saying about the controls is because, like, for example, you sometimes, at least from my experience, okay. Well, GG's all the same, but yeah, like I will literally shake the Wii remote while I'm inside of a pot, and the pot doesn't even go up, and also on top of that, sometimes if you want to go backwards, you have to tilt the Wii remote backwards, completely backwards, or Sonic won't go backwards. And my main gripe. The controls are the rail grinding controls. Like literally, I'll like tilt the Wii remote slightly to the left, and in either one, Sonic does it right. 2, he goes the opposite direction of where I told him to go. 2, he will go too far to the direction I told him to go, or vice versa, even though I tilted the Wii remote very slightly. And really, Sonic Rings, aside from the soundtrack and the great story that I thought it had, aside from those two things, I did like the party mode, even though it was ripping off a Mario Party. But you know, I did like the party mode on that.
Yeah, honestly, party mode might unironically be my favorite part of Sonic and the Secret Rings. I mean, I don't think it's like an amazing party mode, but it does have at least a couple interesting modes and mini games. So, I suppose if I were to pick a favorite thing out of that game, it's probably the party mode.
Played party mode in Sonic and the Secret Rings so long. I do remember it being pretty good.
Maybe that could be a future video on my channel, actually, because, you know, I think I do still have the game. Maybe I could consider doing a video with Sonic and Secret Rings party mode, but that won't be for a while, more than likely.
Well, regardless, though, I think it would be pretty nice for you to do that sometime.
For sure.
Look, yeah, Sonic and the Black Knight, I do definitely enjoy Sonic and the Black Knight more than I do with Sonic Secret Rings. I thought the story, I thought the story was good, the soundtrack was good, the gameplay is a heck of a lot better in terms of its controls wise. And I just thought it was a really nice experience, you know. The only night is the battle mode. It's exclusive to multiplayer, and you can't play against AI bots in that game. That's my only complaint I had with it.
I don't really remember Sonic and the Black Knight too much, to be honest. I don't remember it being that great, but maybe if I play it again, I might feel differently about it.
Well, and plus that was the last Sonic game until Sonic Frontiers, where the storyline was actually good. Because after that, we had storylines that was either mediocre or just not good at all. And then Sonic Generations, that was the last good Sonic game until like a genuinely good Sonic game until Sonic Frontiers as well. Of course, that is rather opinionated. Of course, I don't mean to make my opinion sound like it's a fact, because it really isn't. Based on my opinion, yeah, that's just what I personally think.
I mean, I think Sonic Mania was great, but otherwise I probably would agree with you.
Oh, Sonic Mania is good. Don't get me wrong. It was a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's a good game. But I would have liked the game more if it had more original level.
How about that?
I just like the way you say that, Daniel. It's so funny.
Yeah, what can I say? My impression of Terry really does sound good.
Hey, at least another cool thing about unlocking characters is I also unlocked Falco as well, and no, I don't main him or anything, because I really don't. But the reason why I'm saying it was kind of a good thing is because all those years back, I don't know how many years ago I came up with it. This thing where basically when is on the last stock and a certain time frame or whatever, I basically just spam Falco's fire and basically making it sound as though Falco was doing a fire drill.
Yeah, it's true for what Dominic does do with me right here. The way he just does that right here, it's funny.
Alright, let's... This song definitely takes me back to my childhood, man. I really have always loved, you know, the green theme in general, and this is definitely and this is definitely just a good song.
Well, I am currently playing Kirby. I am currently playing Kirby Star Allies, because I have not beaten it yet. I'm playing it on the Switch too. Yeah, and sadly, even on the Switch 2, The loading times are the exact same, and on top of that, it still runs at 30 frames per second still.
Yeah, it is a game. I mean, obviously most Switch 1 games do run and look better on the Switch 2, but it is still a shame that some games did not really get touched on too much.
I mean, I feel like the thing is that, like, if a game is locked at 30 on Switch 1, it goes up to 30, it's probably going to remain at 30 unless it gets an update.
Probably, yeah.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's true, because look at Persona 5 Royal on the Switch, for example. If you play it on the Switch 1 or Switch 2, still runs at 30 frames per second because it's locked at 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
But at least there's other Switch ones that, you know, failed even.
Like, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, I know runs much better on Switch 2, like at a consistent 30 now, as opposed to like up to 30 on Switch 1. But yeah, that's just an example. It's like, yeah, like, of course, Age of Imprisonment has the better frame rate because it was made with the much better hardware, whereas Age of Calamity, it runs better on the much better hardware, but you still got the 30 frames per second, unfortunately.
Yeah, but at least that is a prime example, and of course there's some other games on the on the Switch 1 that are just a lot better to play on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
It takes me back. Wait, because it takes me back to when I came up with this thing, where I imitate the announcer if he wins. You know, so there's that too. Okay, can I one hit in? Like, come on. Okay, okay, good. At least I got one hit in, but still, come on.
What were you gonna say about Black Knight, Daniel?
Since we were talking about Sonic and the Black Knight, I think that is also a good Sonic game as well. I understand why a lot of people do like it more compared to Sacred Rings, because it does control better, but honestly, it's not really all that bad the way it is. For me as a gamer, when it comes to games on the Wii, I personally prefer playing with the remote held sideways, but playing with the remote nunchuck on Black Knight is still not really all that bad for how it is right here. Either way, though, I still say that game does have a very good story. Fun fact about that game.
That made no sense, but whatever.
Yeah, my eye.
I fuck off. That's what I did.
Well, I know you air dodge, but still.
It's gonna be.
For how it looks on Black Knight, it's actually kind of similar to how my iPad looks on Asphalt 8 Plus, which is a game that I do have on my iPad. Basically, what I mean about my icon right here on Black Knight is that it like has a green banner right here with an orange bird on it. And it's pretty similar in terms of design right here for how it does look for my icon that I use for Asphalt 8 Plus as well. But
That's so far.
completely different.
Well, that's cool.
Look at that.
The thing with what I do know when it comes to Asphalt 8 Plus is that it basically has like the same kinds of things like how it was in the 2020 Christmas update for the regular Asphalt 8. If any people were to play the regular Asphalt 8,
Okay, fair enough.
It's different right here compared to how it was at first, because basically the profile icons on the regular Asphalt 8 right here for how they are now are basically used as avatars. But basically with Asphalt 8 Plus, kind of like what I was explaining about, it basically is back to the good old days for how Asphalt 8 used to be.
And yeah, after this match, I will go ahead and change my character again. GG's.
I'm just gonna go back to
GG's.
GG's. GG's.
All right.
Choose your fighter.
Time to go with Sephiroth.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That
Well, see, as much as I would like to main Sephiroth, I think he, I don't know.
He's weird.
I don't know how to word it.
I like him.
I just don't really play as him much. But I do have it as one of my mains. So hopefully I can unlock Cloud, hopefully. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Although Captain Falcon, he is one of my secondaries. Or, you know, so there's that.
Yeah, any Smash fan can't go wrong with Captain Falcon for how he is.
Some of your moves. Oh, the back of the days, because in the Smash 4 days, I came up with random stuff in relation to spamming. So back then, I came up with this thing to where it's more like as a fucking saying, show me your spamming moves. Like back then, because again back in the Smash 4 days, I came up with this thing to where everything Smash related and to taunts and stuff.
But yeah,
Well, at least I got one kill in, so can't complain too much here.
I mean, so far you're winning. We'll have to see.
Well, I was winning, but then my grappling hook decided to just give up. Yeah, I just love it when game mechanics don't work.
It's always the worst.
Yeah, that kind of thing happened like earlier today when I was playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I don't remember what happened, but something happened when I was doing one of the time trials and had to like restart the track because something happened.
You wanna know what's weird for what it actually does remind me of?
Yeah?
What's up?
There are some moments here and there from the times that I played Asphalt 8 in the past where basically I didn't run into anything and it was still wrecked my car.
That is insane. Although I think that actually has happened to me a couple times.
Okay. I know. This is just the game, but it's like, come on. It's like, come on, Peach. Stop with the turnips that you're throwing.
And I'm not the only one out here that's had stupid wrecks when it came to Asphalt 8 in the past, because I've seen something like that from other people as well.
It's probably just an inherent nature of it being a racing game.
Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it at this point.
Yep. Armand's gonna win. I really don't care because I was kind of expecting that. So GG's all the same, even though the match didn't end yet. But it will be pretty shortly. I can assure you on that.
Some exciting news that I do want to mention right here is that on Asphalt Legends, I recently have managed to hit garage level 21 on that game.
Nice.
And when I got to that garage level, it makes me go into a new garage collector stage. It's actually the first one right here that they have added in ever since the expansion to Asphalt 9 first came out a couple years ago.
GG.
GG's all GG's all the same. But yeah, sometimes I feel like I hate this game. Sometimes not because I lost it, because several years ago I did in terms of input delay wise, and Smash Ultimate has the most input delay in the entire game. Right up there with Brawl. Melee is the least amount of input delay in the entire series.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, with Garage Level 21 that I've recently hit on Asphalt Legends, compared to how it was on the previous levels where I needed much more experience to go to the next one, I don't even need very much EXP to get to Garage Level 22. From what I've seen, I only need 440,000 EXP to move up to the next level. So it really feels weird for how that is. Maybe it's probably because of the fact that I'm in in Garage Collector Stage 1 now. Because if it is, I can see that it makes some pretty good sense.
And basically, the reason why I brought it up in terms of input delay wise is because you would think a game that is celebrating the entire series of history of Smash, you would think the Ultimate Smash game would have the least amount of input delay, but no, but apparently Melee, like I said, has the least amount of input delay in the entire series, and from what I heard on top of that, Melee was apparently rushed too, so it makes it all the more weird.
I easily do agree with that.
Of course, I'm not trying to complain because I'm not. Like I said, I did research on it, and it's actually confirmed. Actually confirmed on that. Because matter of, just to prove a point, I'll go onto YouTube and type in Smash Ultimate Delay because I recognize. Because I remember the I remember this person named Gigaboots he basically showcased that in one of his videos.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. And yeah, Arman's definitely got this match.
Yeah, I don't even have much of a chance of beating him here, but I am still trying my hardest. I, of course, am just all that great when it comes to facing against other people online in this game, as you all may know.
You're still trying your best, though, but GG.
Yeah,
GG's all the same.
Yeah. Right.
That's still nice work there, Armand.
Oh, thank you.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, so to those who wants to want to check that out, by Gigaboots, where he went through the entire series for input delay wise, then there you go. And that's why back at the time when I first saw that video, I was surprised myself. And I'm like, hey, yeah. Then I'm like, oh, that explains why sometimes I feel like my button inputs didn't register. But I still say Brawl is my all-time favorite Smash game, despite it being the second most amount of input delay. But the main reason why on that is the Subspace Emissary for one, and two, because it's what got me into the Smash Brothers series, all thanks to Sonic being in the game. So I do have a lot of nostalgia for it. I think I bought that game back in 2011, back in the day. At least Grant got one kill in.
$201%. My goodness.
And meanwhile, Peach over here is just juggling turnips. Like, is my voice even going through? Or is my phone glitching up again?
No, it's going through. I'm just haven't really had much to say, honestly.
Well, I was just double making sure on that because I remember having a similar issue where you guys couldn't hear me right. I couldn't find out my mobile data was on. And I forgot to turn on my Wi-Fi back on my phone. That's what I would ask.
Well, I don't even remember that, but nonetheless, though, things you're sounding all right.
Well, I mean, I will admit though, my old phone, I'll admit, is better in terms of from what I remember because it seems like GG. But yeah, there's I'm saying it seems like whenever I'm talking. I'll be talking about something and then I get interrupted mid-sentence. Basically, where it makes it seem as though some parts of what I say is cut off.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do this, Dominic. Let's see what happens.
Well, after Grant and Armand get back in the room, or not in the room, but in the waiting area is what I meant. But whatever.
All right, let's do this. Oh, interesting choice.
Well, I did unlock the Pokemon Trainer. I think it was earlier, technically today. So why not? I used the main Pokemon Trainer back in the days, mainly because of Squirtle, mainly.
Yeah, when it comes to Pokemon Trainer and Smash, Squirtle is certainly my favorite of the three.
Squirtle.
Oh man, I'm just getting wrecked right now. Wrecked. But yeah, I do understand that, but you know, obviously, especially when there's kids like this, where there's a lot of people on Discord, you know, unfortunately, interruptions like that are going to happen sometimes. Not excusing it, just saying that's just kind of the way it is.
Yeah, we always just can't blame for how it is right here. Nothing is perfect right here, of course. But we just gotta respect that.
Alright, hopefully I can get at least one stock taken here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will, because Squirtle is pretty fragile, so I'm pretty sure you will.
Sephiroth is also pretty fragile.
Well, yeah, but not as bad as Squirtle, because Squirtle's small.
That is true, yeah. But I mean, also Sephiroth has like the hurt box disadvantage, and also it's really hard to hurt Squirtle with Sephiroth. I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of plan this out. Yeah, he got me. God damn it! Oh well. GG.
Yeah, GG's all the same. Like yeah, the female Pokemon trainer, who is also known as Leaf or Green, but I actually kind of like her voice more than I do with the male Pokemon trainer. I don't know what they were thinking when okay. What I was thinking. I don't know what they were thinking when they were doing the male Pokemon trainer's voice in Smash Ultimate. In Smash Brawl, he sounds just fine, but here, I don't know what they were thinking, but it was almost as if almost as if the voice actor didn't want to voice act Pokemon trainer. Like that's the vibes I get when I hear the male Pokemon trainer's voice in this game. Yeah, this is basically why I used to main the female Pokemon trainer back in the day, all because of Squirtle. That's why.
Yeah, it just seems like a dirty way of knocking out someone right there, the way I see it.
Yeah, it is. But it works.
Yep. I mean, look, you know what? At least when it comes to these kinds of videos, I'm not really gonna be too strict on like the ways that people play Smash, because obviously, everybody's gonna have like different strategies and stuff. Like obviously, if I was taking this seriously and like trying to like set up like Smash tournaments or whatever, I'd probably would have been more strict people play. But fun like this, I really don't care, honestly.
Yeah. It's just here for fun. So.
Yeah. I don't even really care if like people do. I'm not really saying to do it. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't even really care if people do shit like like after they die, like wait a minute before they get back into the arena. Like yeah, it's kind of scummy, but at the same time, I mean like when it's just for fun like this, it's like what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. If you think US Squirtle is bad, if you think that's bad, sometimes when I play as Chrom, which I still have yet to unlock, I think, and especially as Ike, where I'll literally got 3 stocks, then I'll literally use up B when Daniel's trying to recover, so that way he gets all the way to the bottomless pit.
Alright, I'm gonna go with Ridley. I also should say that I think I might make this like the last normal round of Smash matches. However, what I'm thinking we'll do after these last few matches is we'll do 2 matches, one with all of us against Armand and one with all of us against Dominic.
Okay.
That way we can see if like maybe 3 of us against them can make things interesting.
Okay, so I got one hit in, so I'm satisfied. As long as I can get 1 hit in from Armand, then that's fine, because I don't single stock in. Just as long as I get 1 hit in, satisfied.
Yeah, as always, you just always gotta try hard and hope that things work out for what you expect at the very least.
Yeah, pretty much. So far, Dominic's getting the hits though, so we'll see.
Okay. I felt like Squirtle's up B, his waterfall. It looked right through Peach. Huh? At least that's what it looked like from my perspective.
Nintendo 64.
That's me in regards to Pokemon. I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan. I do have respect for the series, but back in the days, I used to be like bloody obsessed over Pokemon. But now I just think the series is fine. But I do like Pokemon. But again, it's just kind of a mess series. But I do like it either way.
That's good.
I have no nostalgia for Pokemon whatsoever outside of like bits and pieces of the anime when I was like 6.
Oh, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny though because the Pokemon Puzzle League is actually one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games of all time. It's based on the anime.
Funny enough, I think the only thing, guys, I played Pokemon Battle Revolution and Pokemon Stadium. Might have even played both Pokemon Stadium games. I don't remember, but I know those are like the only Pokemon games I've ever really played. And I mean, I enjoyed those games, but I never really got like super into them. And aside from that, the only other thing I think I've seen from Pokemon is maybe like 2 episodes of one of the shows that I think one of my other friends might have shown me once at a sleepover or whatever. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I tried Fire Red when it hit the Switch, and like I got kind of bored. Like, I don't think it's bad. I just didn't really love it. I don't know. I need more than just RPGs and my RPGs.
No sense, but whatever. I'm not gonna win anyway, so I really don't care.
All right, what were you gonna say, Daniel? Sorry.
In terms of the mainline Pokemon series of games, I have no interest in them, but some of the Pokemon games that I've played over the years in my life have actually been pretty nice right here. I do remember playing the Pokemon pinball game for the Game Boy Color. That was actually really fun for how.
Alright, yep, automatic win, sorry, yep, automatic win. So GG's on Armand. I'll be surprised if yeah, so again, GG's, but hey, at least
GG's.
At least got two kills in, so can't complain too much.
Yeah, honestly, you were decently close to winning that match. You might have had it if you just had a little bit more luck on your side, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, when Charizard or Ivysaur or whatever fell, or no, Squirtle. To be fair, that wasn't my fault. I was holding up left, and the character just didn't do it. But he just went the opposite direction. I don't think I would have won either way.
Getting back to the Pokemon pinball game that I do remember playing in the past when I was a kid, the concept of it right here, where you try to catch a different Pokemon out on the table right here. That's a good way of how they even did it. Kind of like what you mainly have to do in the actual Pokemon game.
It just came back to when Pokemon Go became like viral. Like, you know, like, I mean, I remember like people were like, oh yeah, you gotta play Pokemon Go because you get you to walk around and to catch Pokemon until you get like random kids or whatever going inside like gas stations, and then you have like the gas station attendant or whatever being like, what are you doing? Why bring your phone near the soda store or whatever? And then the kid would be like, well, you see, there's a Pikachu in there, and I want to get it. You know, stuff like that.
Pokemon game that I have enjoyed playing right here for what I also do have is Pokken Tournament for the Wii U, because it's mainly about battling other Pokemon out there. I do say it's pretty nice for what they have done with that one as well.
Well, they do have Pokken Tournament DX, which adds more characters and stuff, and the main reason why I would even consider getting that one is because you get to play as Gardevoir, which is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. Like, I mean, I do have the Wii U version, I do, but unfortunately, it requires you to use the Wii U gamepad in order to enter your, unfortunately, I can't get past that screen. But back at the time when my Wii U gamepad was able to charge, what little I played of Pokken Tournament, what little I played, I thought it was kind of fun, but, you know, I wasn't really, you know, like super into it or anything, but it takes me back when Pokken Tournament was over the arcades, which I've never seen any arcade machines on that, based around that, but I remember, you know, seeing news articles about it.
While I do say that Pokken Tournament is a good game, I just don't really necessarily play it all that often, but don't get me wrong, for how that is, I still say it's pretty good right here for how it is. And someday I would really like to get Pokken Tournament Deluxe on Nintendo Switch because of the new features that they do have on that.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, that's just my opinion in regards to Pokemon. You know, I do have Pokemon Fire Red as well, and I kind of lost interest. Well, I mean, I'll probably get back to it someday, but I lost interest because I accidentally evolved Jigglypuff way too early, meaning that Jigglypuff, who's now Wigglytuff, isn't really getting a whole lot. It doesn't learn any moves via level up, and the reason why. Okay.
Oh, you went the wrong way. That sucks. GG.
GG's.
Trying to do a reverse
Yeah.
GG's.
Yeah. Basically, how I lost interest on that was because I didn't feel like grinding Wigglytuff or whatever. So that's how I lost interest on that. But you know, like I said, that's my opinion on the Pokemon series. You know, and it's no wonder why Pokemon is like one of the most highest selling, you know, IPs of all time because it's just that popular. So like, no matter the quality, Pokemon nowadays will still sell well, no matter the quality.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna do this match and then the final match of me, and then we'll do those 2 free-for-all matches, like I said.
Okay, so after I was gonna ask. So after this match, is it gonna be a free-for-all or?
After this, and then I'm gonna go one more time, and then we're gonna do the free-for-all.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
We've actually gotten a pretty good amount of matches this video. I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's because unlike the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds one, actually had plenty of time. But you know, to be fair.
Well,
Yeah,
that is fair. Plus, you know, Smash is a game where, you know, we most like to do one-on-one, so it creates like interesting scenarios.
Yeah, that's true. You know, of course, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I'm not glaze it too much, but all I'm gonna say is that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I personally think that should have won an award or the honorable mention over the Game Awards, because I mean, obviously Mario Kart World is gonna beat because, you know, Mario's more popular than Sonic, but you know, kind of stinks that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds didn't even at least get an honorable mention, because honestly, that's what I think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds deserved, because I think it's a really good game, and that's why it kind of stinks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I've never really taken much stock in the Game Awards anyway, but you know, I will still say that, you know, that it was a bummer I didn't get it, but I mean, at the same time, you know, in hindsight, I also kind of feel like it was almost inevitable Mario Kart World was gonna win. I mean, it was the first Mario Kart game in a long time. It was like the big, you know, racing release of that year, so I kind of feel like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was always gonna have an uphill battle against that game, to be honest.
Well, yeah, you know, GG is all the same, you know. But of course, I'm not trying to say I'm salty. The Sonic Racing Cross Worlds didn't win anything, because I'm not. But you know, I just think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I just think they did a really good job with it. You know, I thought Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I thought they did I honestly thought, you know, that they put in a lot of effort, care, and heart into the game. You know, that I think that they should have at least won something, because you know, that's just what I think. I mean, I'm not gonna go over too much about the Sonic fan base versus Genshin Impact of what happened in 2022. I'm not gonna mention anything about that, simply because I don't want to start drama or anything. But you know, but all I'm really gonna say is, yeah, I still kind of wish, at least, you know, at least an honorable mention. You know, even that, then I would have been satisfied, because at least then they'd be like, oh cool, they mentioned it. You know, that's just what I think anyway.
Yeah, I definitely get it, but either way, it's in the past now. But still, I do love Sonic Racing Cross Worlds a lot.
And believe me, I like I said, okay, that made no sense, but you know, like I'll go as far to say that I actually like it more than Mario Kart World. Not because I like Sonic more than Mario, but I just thought the gameplay just overall felt better, and you know, and stuff like that. Really, one of my main critiques on the game, besides the item balancing that I have, with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is the Dom Pod tickets grinding. It's really my only two complaints I have with it, the game.
And this stage brings back a lot of memories.
Also, oh jeez, Armand, you made me get 666 for a second. God dang it.
Oh wow.
And for the Dom-Pod tickets in Sonic Racing Crossroads, even though it can be
Oh jeez, that was weird.
Oh my god, that was weird.
It's not as bad when you do collect a lot more of them in festivals whenever they're active.
Well, see, the reason why I'm saying that is because...
Okay, at least I took away one stock.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I went through like half a year before I was able to purchase, the PSN Plus, Or like, maybe if I would have bought the Switch 1 or 2 version for the game, then yeah, maybe I would have been able to get more with the Dom-Pod tickets and use them more. But since I own the PS4 version of the game, and because I couldn't find the time and money to get, PSN Plus, I had to resort into playing the game offline and just play through a bunch of Grand Prix and stuff to get more Dom-Pod tickets.
Alright, at least I got this one.
Well, yeah, so hey, just like with me, at least I got two. Well, never mind.
Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind. That didn't kill him, unfortunately. Wait! No, yeah, it still didn't kill him.
It's not quite over, but now it is.
Yeah, GG.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Armand's just way too good. Armand is so good that I think Armand should go into like these Smash Brothers competitive tournaments or whatever that they're called.
I don't know if he's that good, but yeah, he definitely is good at the game.
I did compete once at my state. I think I came in like ninth place or 10th place. All
right. Anyway, like I said, let's do the free-for-all matches now. So if you want to, you can maybe try to recreate the arena and make it so like 4 people can join.
Well, let me see if I can change the rules. Okay. Wait. I thought I figured it out. Okay, 4-player smash, because that's basically free for all. So, there we go.
Alright, so let's first of all do a match against Dominic, like I said, and then we'll end with a match against Armand.
Okay.
Alright, let's do this.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, I forgot to change character. Oh well, I'll do that for the last match.
Although I think Nick does have a point that maybe Armand isn't that great, but I don't know. No, it's just Armand wins quite a bit that I'm almost convinced that Armand probably could win in a tournament.
Well, you have to keep in mind though, most of us are pretty much at best, and I'm not even saying this to be insulting. It's just a fact, Most of us are just pretty dang average Smash players. So obviously, when you throw it,
that's true. Can't argue with that because I'm a casual player myself, despite the fact that I do a good job against Luke and stuff. So yeah, there's that.
But yeah, most of us are pretty dang average Smash players. So obviously, when you put someone that's better than average in the game, and generally has a pretty good track record, then yeah, they're probably going to win most of the time. But there still are some really freaking good. There still are some really freaking good Smash players out there.
Yeah, especially if they grind this game on it.
Armand is certainly a great Smash player out there for how he is. But yeah, I'm not really too sure if he would be worthy of trying to win a Smash tournament or something like that.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, but it's not easy at all.
It is not. I just confirm.
Yeah, because you need to be like a really good Smash
also,
player.
I just got wrecked there, man. That sucked.
Yeah, because you need to be like a really good Smash Brothers player if you want to even stand a chance into doing it. Meanwhile, I feel like I'm getting targeted constantly again.
And that is not what I did, game. I was trying to use my recovery right there, but it made me use my side special instead.
Oof.
If it would have actually registered the move that I was trying to do at first, I would have saved it. Oh, I just stopped out your knife grab.
This is definitely closer. I definitely think the extra people definitely helped, but even still, I think Dominic is probably the favorite here.
Yeah, I definitely do see that being the case, and there I go.
Unless we got the smash ball.
Oh, that is true. That is the one way you could still win this.
Yeah, because remember, I am Zelda.
Okay. Overpowered lady.
Yep.
Like she's so overpowered that that Zelda may as well just summon a whole bunch of knights or whatever because because she's that overpowered.
I don't know why, but for some reason when you said that, I was thinking of that dude looks like a lady song.
Yeah, and neither Dominic or Grant could be able to get that smash ball that was in play.
Yeah, but I'm probably dead. Yep. Okay.
Alright, anyway, GG.
I'll take what I can get.
GG's.
GG's.
Alright.
Ah.
But anyway, like I said, we'll do the same thing against Ramon. Really quickly, though, I do want to change back to Luigi, since, like I said, this is going to be the last match of the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Choose your fighter. Luigi.
Alright, let's do this. Oh, wait.
Wait, are you joining?
Well, yes, I said we were going to do the same thing, but with Ramon, so this time Dominic would be the one to sit out.
Oh, sorry. I assumed that because I won, I thought I wasn't supposed to sit out. That's at least that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, it is your birthday special, so I'll go in and throw in an extra match for fun, I guess. But yeah, but yeah, the next match though, it's gonna be all of us against Armand.
All right, yeah. My bad. I mean, I probably should have gotten the hint right then and well, okay, so
Take your time.
well, we accused Zelda, so yeah, this is not gonna turn out well here.
Yeah, Grant's like, I'm gonna steal this thunder.
It's kind of like what Daniel does when he plays that Sora Recess Thunder.
Yeah, I just really like how it says that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting targeted a lot when it comes to these kinds of free-for-alls. Not that I'm complaining, of course.
Thunder.
Okay, well, I was checking my character, but I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, you're still doing fine out there, Dominic.
Ooh! I had invincibility frames, but whatever.
Oh, God, that hurts so bad.
Holy crap.
it right there by my own move.
Oof. Also, well, okay, never mind. I was gonna say 69 TE, but that quickly changed.
And that's just so crazy. What just happened? Okay, thank goodness it's still very sane. Oh!
No, that made no sense.
Hey, I'm the real Zelda. I'm just kidding.
You might know everything I'm going to do. That's not gonna happen since I know everything you're going to do. Ain't dick.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Grant? Armand is clearly Zelda. He's just Zelda that, he just made Zelda get a freaking, brunette hair dye.
Oh shit.
It's just kind of close right here. I mean, these two Zeldas, for what we did see right here in the match, they're kind of like the main colors or what she wears right here, at least for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I do know at very least Grant was using the base color for Zelda. The one that Armand used the alternatives, but it's more like towards what the actual Zelda looked like right here in the past.
It's funny to say that because I think this is the all based off of Twilight Princess Zelda, which I think is one of the only Zeldas to actually have brunette hair.
Yeah.
Maybe even
that's why I made that comment.
And even then with Twilight Princess, you don't really see. I think in Twilight Princess, I don't think you really see Zelda all that much in the game, and especially Ganondorf.
Yeah, Ganondorf is like, I mean, that's where the hijacked by Ganon trope comes from. So there you go. At least one of them.
Although to be fair, I haven't played Twilight Princess since gosh knows how long, so I don't really remember too much.
Fair enough.
But of course,
I want to replay Twilight Princess because I love it. It's just on Switch.
Yeah.
Please, Nintendo. Please.
Yeah, and also GG. Also Nintendo. First off, GG. Second off, I know that Wind Waker is already so GameCube, but like application on NSO Plus expansion pack, but where's Wind Waker HD? I still prefer the GameCube original anyway. Yeah. Also, Dan. Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, Dominic. Like I said, this is the time when you got to step out. We're gonna do a match against Armand here.
Well, I guess it's understandable. Just trying to run my eye. Although unfortunately, I cannot go to the spectating area. Well. And personally, I would have rather preferred if I went against with Nick, but that's fine.
All right,
Let you guys do it.
But anyway, let's do this.
Here we go.
If any people are not aware, the design for Zelda that is used in this game is used from A Link Between Worlds.
Oh yes, but yes, Daniel, but what they were saying is the costume that Spawn or Grant or whatever was saying.
Yeah, I still could tell what the discussion was all about from earlier. Just making it clear on where the design is from in case if people were not aware.
Also 69 Teehee. Anyway, let's see how this final match goes. Like I said, this is going to be the final match of the video, so let's have some fun with it.
It's definitely understandable of why they went with the design for Zelda from A Link Between Worlds in this game compared to Breath of the Wild, because in Breath of the Wild, Zelda is more into research than fighting.
For sure.
Although in the case of Breath of the Wild, I do have the Wii U version, but I kind of gave up on it after a certain point because I didn't know what the heck I was supposed to do. Despite the game being like, oh, here's go next, but I couldn't figure out how to get to the place despite there being a marker. Then I just gave up. And also on top of that too, the X button on the Wii U Pro Controller on register unless I press on it very hard. But you know, based on what I played on it, I wouldn't say Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's a good game in general, but as a Zelda game, I don't really think it's a good Zelda game because it plays completely different compared to its predecessors.
Also, Armand's at 1 stock. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I was not expecting that.
But that's something you don't see every day.
We might actually have a chance here, although I don't want to say anything just yet. I say as he freaking gets the final smash.
Oh, everybody's at 1 life here. This is crazy.
Yeah, this could still be interesting, honestly, especially with 4 people.
I do know that the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Breath of the Wild does have this thing right here with the Zelda notes, I think it is, where it does tell you the directions on where you do need to go specifically. So that can be helpful out here for beginners, especially for people that are not as much into Zelda, like me as an example. So even if I were to go, which I don't really have any plans to right now at this moment, it would be a handy thing for me.
For sure. Alright, come on now.
Yeah, like Zelda, like yeah, like yeah, I did play it. Like I think I played it on the same exact year. I think when Breath of the Wild came out. Actually, yeah, I did because Miiverse ended that year. So yeah, I played it. On that, I think I played it on that same. So I played it on that same year it launched, but I don't think it was on the same month. But because I remember I made some Miiverse posts about it. But you know, so.
Oh, I was so close.
We both for it, man. We both for
win
it.
Again.
I know it's technically not over yet, but I don't really have much hope.
It's good. I mean, you are Luigi. Luigi can do a lot of funky stuff.
Also lag.
Come on. Oh, nope, that's it, that's it.
Yeah, you still a really good fight right here for how that played out.
For sure. I think that was definitely the closest match in terms of somebody other than Armand or Dominic being able to win for sure. It was a good final match.
Yeah, that was a good one. A very close one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, GG's.
GG.
GG's.
Alright. Well, like I said, that is going to be the last match of the video, so thank you guys all for watching. This was definitely a great session for sure. As usual, it was pretty much just Dominic and Armand winning all the matches, but it was still a great time for sure. It's always a fun time to play Smash Brothers, and I'm glad I got to have everybody join me for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sir and Lay.
Yep. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the 7th, and like I said, that's probably going to be the last multiplayer summon of the special, so the rest of the stuff you see is probably going to be single player. But regardless, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all for the rest of the special coming up very soon. Take care.